Welcome back, everyone. I'm Jason Jensen, and you're watching Jason Jensen Trains. On today's episode, we are back working on my HO scale layout. And as you can see, I've been having a lot of fun placing structures. So the other night, I just could not sleep, and so I came down here about midnight and just started placing structures and rearranging them. Before you knew it, it was morning time. I told myself that I wasn't going to focus on this area until the harbor was completely done. And that's still true. I am still going to complete the harbor scene down to the smallest detail. And then after the harbor scene is all done, I'll have to remove all of this, but I'm going to start to lay down all of my track. At least just in this section over here. And then it might be nice to start doing some more bench work. Take a little break from the structure building and scenery work. So do a little more bench work possibly. And then come back and start to focus on this area. Now this may change, the structures may get changed out. I have so many kits that I haven't even started yet. Tons of kits from Foscale Models, Carolina Craftsman kits, KC Workshop, Railroad kits, on and on, a lot. So this could change, but what I'm happy with are the roads. I kind of, by placing everything on here, I was able to figure out sort of where I want my roads to go, and I can easily change out models or just make changes to it. So there is a main road that comes across here, and then there'll be a bridge, and that main road goes up here and goes uphill and all the way up here and over somewhere behind me. But off of that main road, there is a thin road, almost an alleyway that goes through here. A road that comes through here, possibly a bridge over here, another bridge for cars. The road turns and goes that direction. Let me go over there and show you. So the road goes through here, and then you can go uphill, and there's a curved road that goes through here. And there's all shops, and then a thin alley that goes up over here. And the train runs right around here, over this small bridge, around here, and in a tunnel that goes underneath all these buildings. Now, this section here, this white foam, this section will just sit on there. This section can be removed. And part of that is so that if I do move and relocate this, that it can be taken apart and moved to a new location. Then the back row of buildings will be put onto another separate piece of styrofoam that gets put on there. That way I have full access to the track work that's underneath it. I really want to put in another track up top. It'll probably be on this level, but it'll be raised above street level on steel girders. And then it'll go in between buildings. The curve up here on top will be probably 2.5 feet wide. I had some curves like that on my previous layout, and I have small equipment that runs on those tight curves with no problem. And then this curve, from here to the wall is 4 feet, if I remember correctly. It might be 4.5. But I'm excited about the possibility of another train running through here. I think that looks really neat, running over the top of the street level, and then the main road goes underneath the bridge. So the train runs over that road and then in between the buildings, and then it goes uphill behind this row of buildings here. It goes uphill and then passes a bridge right here. So that bridge, I'll probably do a wood trestle right there. But I have a very large kit from Foscale Models, their limited edition kit. I forget the name of it offhand. I apologize. That I think ships the last week of September. And that's going to play a huge factor in the layout of this. But I'm thinking that it might go here in the corner. I haven't fully decided yet, but right now I'm thinking that'll be the main focus. Right here is that big building. I have recorded a lot of the process of the work that I've done over here. And so we're actually, I guess, going to go back in time, and the video that you're going to see here next will be me working on the piers. Something I learned that I already knew it, and why I went ahead and did it, I do not know. But I went ahead and started building all of my piers, and you'll notice there are some small piers right here, and you'll see that it's the bare wood. And then these over here were all done. I just got in a hurry and started building piers without staining my wood first. Bad mistake. Always stain your wood first, then put together your structure, or in this case, the piers. I built all these piers before staining the wood, and then I stained it after they were together, and they warped and twisted. The large one over here, it almost looked like it was a ball. It just curled up. But I was able to actually soak both sides with clear water in a spray bottle. I just sprayed it, soaked it, and then flattened it and put weights on it. But the wood underneath, most of the wood had to be replaced underneath. Some of the piers, pilings had to be replaced, and I still have some that they just broke off, and so I have to glue some more pilings on those still. But lesson learned, and I knew. I think probably in past videos have told you, stain your wood first, and I just got in too big a hurry, got ahead of myself, and started building piers. Oh well, it worked out. I also wanted to mention that the harbor scene, I'm doing a lot of dry brushing with gray. I'm keeping this all looking sort of gray from the salt water. And as you get further inland, you start to get a bit more color, and the architecture also starts to change a little bit. You start to get into more, I've got some brick, stone. So I want it to be a gradual change. Now that I'm getting to this point, I have to sort of be strategic about finishing the harbor scene. There's things that I have to do in order. So once all of my piers are done and I have them sitting exactly where I want them, I'm going to have to mark somehow, maybe with little pieces of tape, where everything gets placed. Then all of the everything's removed, and barnacles are glued onto all of the pilings on all of these piers. Then once that's finished, I'm going to texture the water, like I mentioned before, either with Mod Podge or Liquitex makes a paste that it's just like a modeling paste that dries crystal clear and it's glossy. I'm not sure what I'll use yet, but I'll start to smear that and mold it and really shape the water. And then as I go, each of the piers will have to be set into place into that the wet water. And then same with the boats. The boats will have to be completely painted and detailed, and while I'm putting, say, the Mod Podge on there, I'm going to have to create little waves around where the boats are sitting. So, okay, so let's head over to the workbench, and you're going to see some video of me getting to this point here. So I'm busy working on this pier, and I'll show you what it's for. It is for this structure right here. This is part of Nickerson Landing from Carolina Craftsman Kits. And right here, the kit comes with a crane. So we'll put this crane on here like that. And then we have to build the ramp that comes down and goes into the water. Then on the side, right here, this little section that's cut away, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bridge in there. And the bridge will look like this. And I know I showed this in a couple of videos back, and I still am going to build this, but where I had planned to put it on the layout, after measuring it, it was too large for the area. So I'm still going to build it, and there's more water on the layout, so I'm just going to put it in a different location. So, but that bridge is going to go right here. Okay, so I'll finish up this pier, and then we'll go over to the layout, and I'll show you how I install my piers on the layout. So here's some more piers that I've been building. And I have lots more to build, going all the way up the hill, and then on the other side also. So as you can see, part of this pier is on the rocks. And we're going to do the same over these rocks right here. We're going to put another pier. So we're going to put this right there. What we're going to do is we're going to take a Dremel tool, and the bit that I have on it is the same diameter as our pilings. So we're going to drill into the plaster rocks so that the pilings slip right in the holes. The tricky part is figuring out where all the holes are. And what I've done is I've painted. I'm using just black paint. You could really use any color. But we're going to start, you want to start with the rocks that are at the highest level. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint the bottom of some of the pilings. So you want to line it up right where you want it. Just have to kind of eyeball it. And then press that down. And it leaves a little mark. Then all we do and because it is wood all underneath it, you can hear and feel the minute that you hit the wood, because the plaster is pretty soft. So you'll drill through it and then you hit the wood, and then as it gets lower we can mark some more of the holes. So line up that hole. This is kind of a long process, but it's what I found works best. Maybe somebody out there has a better idea. Then we'll just I've got my shop vac right next to me. So as you can see, it does take a while, but eventually it gets lower and lower and lower till eventually all of your holes are drilled and it sits perfectly flat on the wood base. So I've got all my holes drilled, and hopefully this is the last fitting. Okay, it seems solid and it lifts out, so I can remove it. Our structure sits just like this. I'll try to zoom out a little bit. Okay, so it took quite a bit of work, but it looks nice. It sits flat, it's level, and there will be a connecting pier here. It'll go up a flight of stairs. There will be a pier up here on another level, you'll go up another flight of stairs, and then this will sit up on another level. So there'll probably be 3 levels. So there's 1, 2, 3. And then stairs coming down from the main level down to each one. So lots of work to do yet. After all of my piers are done and stained, I will take them all off the layout and add barnacles to the bottom of them. So I'm going to wait until I have all my piers done and then dedicate one day to just adding all the barnacles. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am having so much fun working on this and sharing it with all of you. And I appreciate all of the feedback that I have been receiving on it. And really, thank you so much. People have been sending me photos for photo reference. So thank you all so much. Probably the next video for me will be removing some of the piers, and I'm going to show you how I put barnacles on them. I know that so many people have been waiting for me to put barnacles on the piers, so that'll definitely be in an upcoming video. Well, thank you so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and be sure to click on that bell up in the corner to be notified when I upload more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy modeling, everyone.